Hi everyone, this is the new SAT practice, linear equations and graphs, and we're getting into the medium set. And I split the mediums into two different videos because there's more of those. So we have a line L that's an undefined slope. So what does undefined slope mean? Undefined slope means that it is a vertical line. So let's just make a graph. This is Y, and let's make this X. So undefined slope is a vertical line, so it would be like something like this. All right. So we could say this is x equals some number. We can call it b. All right. We can call it b. And then it says line. So this is line L, and line M is perpendicular. So line M is perpendicular to it. So that's a line with zero slope. So what's the equation of M? So basically that just means it's some line with zero slope. So it's y equals 0x plus b. So there's no x, and there's only one form here. So that's the answer. So we could say that this is y equals 7, that this is 7 here. And we could also say here that this was x equals, say, 7 or whatever we want it to be. We could say this is, since we went up 4 here and over 4, we could say this is x is 7. It doesn't really matter, but so that's, you just have to know the difference between a vertical line and a horizontal line. All right. Next one. In the xy plane, that just means x and y, two-dimensional, passes through the coordinate points, and will never intersect a line that is represented by which of the following equations. So basically, you have to know for this that parallel lines never intersect. So I can draw, say, I'm just going to draw two parallel lines, and they will never intersect. So basically, we're going to find the slope of this, and then find which because parallel lines have the same slope. They have the same slope. So we're going to find out which of these answers have the same slope. So I'm going to do my slope formula, and I'm just going to call this point 2 and this point 1, and subtract that way. We know it's y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So our slope's going to be negative 4 minus a negative 6 over negative 7 minus 3. So this is going to be plus 6, negative 4 plus 6 is 2, and this is going to be negative 10. So basically it's negative 1/5. So we have to find which one of these has a slope that's negative 1/5. And basically, if you know, these all aren't in standard form. But if you look at this one right here, and if you want to rewrite this, you can, but the slope in standard form is negative a over b. So that would be negative a in this case is 1, and b is 5. So you can kind of see right away that that's the slope there. Or if you wanted to, you could just rewrite this. You know it can't be c, because if you rewrite c, you're going to get y equals 2x minus 9. So that can't be c. And sometimes they just stand out to you. But if you wanted to rewrite a, you would move the x over, so you'd get 5y equals negative x plus 6, and then divide by 5. And that would be y equals negative x over 5 plus 6/5. So that gives you the same slope. So that means they will never intersect. Okay? And the last one we have, it's a word problem. There's a lot of word problems on this. A car rental agency charges a per day rental fee, which includes a daily mileage allowance plus a certain amount per mile driven over that allowance. So we have to compare the miles driven over the allowance and the total cost for the 3-day rental. and they want to know what the C-intercept most likely represents. And remember, on C, the y-intercept, is usually just the flat fee or the starting fee. They give you a graph, and I drew it here. So basically they're looking at this right in here. What does that represent? So basically, with the miles driven over the allowance plotted along the horizontal, and we want to see the point that's going to be 0,63. So that's this point right in here. And the graph on the test is a little easier to see. And so that means that indicates that driving 0 miles over the allowance, or not driving over the allowance, results in a cost of $63. So basically, that is D, the total cost of a 3-day rental, assuming the car is not driven over the allowance. Okay? Now, the next set we're going to do is medium as well, and it's still linear equations. Thank you, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.